Welcome to the Wonder Garden channel. Many people who grow orchids often have the habit of cutting away roots growing outside the pot like these, because they think that since the roots are not inside the growing medium, they are useless to the plant. But please stop harming them. Today I will completely change the way you think about growing and caring for Phalaenopsis orchids. Stop immediately cutting away these aerial roots, because you may unknowingly be weakening your own orchid plant. In reality, this is actually an extremely important secret that helps orchid plants grow more healthily, absorb nutrients better, and especially supports the plant in producing more vibrant flowers. Not only that, in many situations when the entire root system inside the pot has completely rotted, these aerial roots on the outside are actually the part that helps the plant continue surviving and recovering again. Normally, orchid plants have two main types of roots: roots inside the pot and aerial roots growing outside. And do not worry if your plant has many aerial roots like this. That is completely a normal sign, showing that the plant is growing quite healthily. In nature, Phalaenopsis orchids are naturally plants that attach themselves to large tree trunks instead of growing in soil like many other plants. That is why these aerial roots play an extremely important role. They have the ability to absorb moisture from the air, absorb light, and even participate in photosynthesis to create energy for the plant. Thanks to this, orchid plants can continue developing new leaves, growing additional roots, and nourishing healthier and more vibrant flower spikes throughout the growth process. So, when should we cut away orchid aerial roots? The answer is that you should only cut them when the roots have completely died. If you notice roots becoming hard, shriveled, and turning grayish-brown, inspect them very carefully before deciding to cut them away. You can gently squeeze the root. If the inside is hollow, completely dry, and no longer elastic, then the root is already dead and should be removed to limit fungal diseases developing on the plant. On the other hand, if the root is still firm, has green or silvery white color, and still feels healthy inside, then you absolutely should not cut it away. A small tip after trimming roots is to apply a little pure cinnamon powder directly onto the cut surface. Cinnamon powder is a very effective natural disinfectant that helps protect the cut from bacteria and fungal diseases, while also helping the wound dry more quickly after treatment. If the orchid aerial roots have grayish-white color and appear slightly dry, do not rush to cut them away. In many cases, these roots are not dead at all, but are simply temporarily dehydrated. Instead, gently place the aerial roots into a cup of clean room temperature water. Thanks to the special spongy outer layer of orchid roots, the roots will absorb water very quickly, and after only a short period, you will see the roots gradually return to healthy green color again. This is a sign showing that the roots are still alive and functioning very well. For short aerial roots, you can use a mist spray bottle to spray directly onto the roots. This method helps the roots absorb moisture more quickly, without needing to soak them in water. When supplied with enough moisture, these aerial roots will gradually turn healthier green and continue supporting the plant in absorbing water and nutrients from the surrounding environment. However, you should only lightly mist with a moderate amount, and perform this in the early morning or cool afternoon, so the roots have time to dry naturally, limiting prolonged water accumulation that can cause fungal diseases. After spraying, use cotton or a soft cloth to absorb water remaining in the leaf joints to avoid standing water that causes stem rot in Phalaenopsis orchids. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. Next, I will guide you on how to revive an orchid plant whose entire root system has almost completely rotted like this. Normally, when orchid plants suffer from crown rot and root rot, many people think the plant has completely died. But in reality, if the stem and leaves are still fresh and green, the plant still has the ability to recover. At this stage, the most important thing is stimulating the aerial root system to grow again and replace the damaged roots. First, when the orchid plant has completely rotten roots, you need to cut away all rotten roots and rotten base portions, keeping only the healthy stem and leaves like this. Soft, black, or foul-smelling roots must be completely removed to limit fungal diseases from continuing to spread to the remaining living parts of the plant. Which country are you watching this video from? It's wonderful that we can connect with each other from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button to support me and not miss any orchid care tips. After that, thoroughly rinse the entire plant again with clean water. This step helps remove dirt, rotten fluids, and remaining fungal diseases around the plant stem. If you want to learn the secret to caring for Phalaenopsis orchids, make sure to watch this video carefully until the end. Your orchids will become strong, grow new roots, and bloom vibrantly all year round. Next, I will use about 2 garlic cloves and chop them into small pieces. Garlic contains allicin, a natural compound with very strong disinfecting ability that helps support eliminating bacteria and fungal diseases around the orchid stem. This is an extremely simple ingredient but very useful during the recovery process for orchids suffering from root rot or severe weakness. After that, I place all of the chopped garlic into a blender. Add about 300 milliliters of clean water, tightly close the lid, and thoroughly blend the mixture. Blending thoroughly helps the allicin in the garlic release more effectively into the water. As a result, the solution gains stronger disinfecting ability, limits fungal diseases, and helps clean the orchid stem more effectively during recovery. After blending the mixture thoroughly, I filter out the residue, keeping only the garlic extract solution for use on the orchid plant. Next, I dilute the solution with about 1 liter of clean water to reduce the concentration. This step is very important because garlic extract is quite concentrated. If used directly at excessive concentration, it can damage the stem or new young roots of the orchid plant. Next, I soak the entire orchid plant in this garlic water solution for about 10 minutes. Soaking like this helps the solution evenly contact the stem and remaining aerial roots of the plant, supporting more effective disinfection and limiting fungal diseases. At the same time, the allicin extract in the garlic also helps clean damaged areas around the base of the plant and creates favorable conditions for stimulating the growth of new roots. After 10 minutes, remove the orchid plant. If you have questions or want to share about orchids, please post on the community tab of the channel. Let us exchange and learn orchid care experiences together every day. Now, prepare a glass cup or plastic cup like this. Then add a small amount of clean water inside. Next, gently place the orchid plant into the cup so the base of the plant remains positioned just above the water's surface. Be careful not to let the stem become completely submerged in water, because this can continue causing waterlogging and additional rot. The moisture evaporating from the water surface helps maintain humidity around the base and stimulates the plant to develop new aerial roots more quickly. This is a very effective method for reviving orchid plants that have lost almost their entire root system, while the stem and leaves still remain healthy. Results after 1 month. When stimulating roots using this method, you can see that new aerial root tips have already started appearing at the base of the orchid plant. This is a very positive sign, showing that the plant still has vitality and is gradually recovering again. At this stage, you only need to continue maintaining stable moisture by changing the water or regularly adding more clean water. The plant will continue developing more healthy new roots over time. Results after another 2 months. You can see that the new root system has grown longer, healthier green, and much more stable. At this stage, the orchid plant has already started regaining the ability to absorb water and nutrients again through the new root system. Once the roots have developed strongly enough like this, we can completely remove the orchid plant and proceed with replanting it into growing medium as normal. You should use airy growing media such as pine bark or clean moss to help the root system continue developing better and limit waterlogging conditions that cause root rot again. If you're having any difficulties while taking care of your plants, feel free to share your plant's condition in the comments so we can find the right solution together. After replanting, simply continue maintaining suitable moisture and an airy environment. The orchid plant will quickly recover completely and develop more healthily during the following period. What do you think about this orchid revival method using aerial root stimulation? Please leave your thoughts or orchid care experiences in the comments section. If you found this video useful, do not forget to press like, subscribe to the Wonder Garden channel, and turn on the notification bell so you will not miss upcoming videos sharing extremely useful orchid care and orchid recovery tips. Thank you for watching the video and see you again in the next Wonder Garden videos.